It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Bill Stadium in upstate New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with
good
the
morning,
Dallas Cowboys.
good afternoon, Darian. Hello, Trenton. Trenton, I only play my followers, and that's really a Tuesday thing, brother. But I might make a special thing. First of all, how about, you hit that like and follow for me. Tell me a bit about yourself. Oh, no, my stars are back, Darian. My stars been back for a little bit. I just got to keep on streaming. Even on days where Xfinity is giving me a hard time, I just got to keep on being here. Simple as that, brother. How you doing? Unless you don't see him. Where my phone at? I got to check for my stars now.
Allen now on first down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
No, my stars here.
First play of the game. And we have a
Jeremy's in the house. Darian, why you scaring me like that first thing?
Right out of the gate. What an effort. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. He's got the first down and more past midfield.
Yes, sir. Jeremy coming through with 50 stars.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck
Jeremy coming through with 2 shares. Jeremy, we're going to mess around with ranked matches until the game start. Then I'm jumping on franchise.
Man open left side, Brown.
How you doing today, Jeremy?
After a pickup of 8, second and 2.
You good, Darian?
On their heels, 2 first downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8.
Well, Mr. Trenton, you see how my crew gets down. These are my day ones. I'm a new streamer. Been doing this since September 1st. Like I said, man, tell me something about yourself. Where you from? Who's your favorite team? What's going on with you?
From the gun, it's Allen. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And he's got this down almost to the 20.
Yes, sir, Jeremy.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Yeah, man. Normally I play my franchise mode on Sundays, but right now I'm just, killing some time. I might just play this one and play that gentleman Trenton. Just because I feel like doing something out of the ordinary, then jump on my franchise.
Flushed out right. Finding Knox there, complete. And he gets it inside.
Cool. Hold up, my dog in the house. Zoo. What's going on, big dog? What college you attending, Trenton? Who's your favorite NFL team?
And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case,
thank you for the like and the follow. Welcome to Gank Gaming.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the keeper there. And
what are you studying in college?
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Cool, Alabama. The owner of my company that I work for, his daughter attends Alabama, and she dates one of the football players.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of
They're calling for us to get some bad weather tomorrow and going into Tuesday. But being that I've been here all my life, I just got that feeling we ain't gonna get nothing but some rain.
Very disappointing, but I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4 down?
And then my wife was telling me that Channel 4 says Thursday. I don't know.
3rd and goal. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, a touchdown grab from Josh Allen. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And it's 7-0.
What's going on, Exonator? It's almost game time. And I'm sticking with my picks. Green Bay
After the touchdown
and
pass to kick it away.
Kansas City.
Fielded in the end zone.
And
that decision
folks,
to bring it out inside
oh, of course,
nothing good will
Exonator.
cost him about
I'll
5
be
yards
streaming
as
while
he's
the games
tackled
are
at the
on.
20.
Actually, I'm probably going to play this game right here. And I might play this Trenton Jones fella. And at this point, I might just
now with a 1st and 10
jump right into the franchise mode.
Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. They'll roll him out right.
Come on.
Oh, incomplete.
You know, I'm having so many problems with the passing mechanics.
With a bang, but it's 2nd down.
It's all good, Zoo. Every time I see you, you know, I appreciate the stars. I never expect them. And I never ask for them. But I do appreciate them. I appreciate you coming through, kicking it with me.
That discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I just want one thing for today, honestly. I want excitement. Hold up, Trent, number 1, are you playing on Xbox, the new next gen? If you're not playing on next gen, I'm not going to play you. That's number 1.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott, escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I want to try this.
Throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage.
I'm not good at it. I should have actually spent some time practicing today.
His coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself.
If Michael Gallup gets that block, I have got to go practice my read option. Seriously. I'm going to get so I'm good at it.
You've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott.
Now get that block.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. And brought down,
right,
but
let's
not
go.
before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Prescott from the gun. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. It'll be a game.
Trenton, you have yet to answer me, playboy.
Just about every
Starting to make me think you don't want to play. Come on, young fella. Are you playing next gen? Oh, I'm a Cowboy fan. Point blank, period. I don't care how good we do or how bad we do. I'm not leaving my squad.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
Yes, sir. How about them Cowboys?
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he'll be out of bounds. Well, I tell you what, when you get who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of.
So, are you going to play me or what?
First and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This Buffalo defense
I got Green Bay and
stood their
Kansas City.
ground. This is 3rd and goal.
I almost want to pick Buffalo, but I don't think
Now
they
here's
run the
Pollard.
ball good enough to
No
be
gain on the play
what they
that
need to
time. So a
be.
big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Flush to his right.
I could not get the ball out my hands.
Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Matt Milano. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football.
I was
back.
trying to roll out and lob it. I'm having so many problems with the passing mechanics.
Good drive last time.
But it's all good.
Effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't
miss it?
change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On first down, Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 6 there on first.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now Allen again. Wide open receiver.
Boy, that is crappy. 37 just cut the whole angle. Bad. I'm not really a fan of how he just cut his angle off, but okay.
The Bills will add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
I've got to adjust this offense. I keep on forgetting.
Offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Oh.
Eluding the pressure right.
I thought something else was supposed to happen just now.
Go deep right side.
Honestly, I thought he was supposed to cut back
to
like a corner route.
It's second down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because
apparently I'm not calling the plays I thought I was. That's
when
on
they
me.
do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
He had my out route in double coverage. It's like I can get the ball there, but it's just not worth even chancing.
Opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield.
Shit.
What a nice job they
I blew it.
Can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I absolutely blew that. That's all on me.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts.
I started to come back and throw it to Gallup, and I looked again, and I saw the man sitting there, so I almost threw a pick. That was all me. Had a very, very bad start to my day. But it's all good.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Steps away to his left. And
I had to throw it.
With a clock showing.
All right, I'll concede it. Just a bad start. Bad continuance. Since I can't play Trenton, I'll go ahead and jump right back into my franchise. I tried to do something special today. Change it up. Wasn't able to do so. I think I'm going to need a left tackle. All right, so New York is coming through.
Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas.
Hey, Bing.
It's week 5 of the
Hold on, never
NFL
mind.
on EA Sports. We'll see Andy Dalton and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. Brings their line to kick off for Dallas.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one
Yeah, we're gonna get a
interception,
few
continue to take care
franchise
of the ball,
mode games
and
in
maybe
and
increase the number of times
waiting
he puts
for
the
an
ball in
hour
the
and a
zone to the
half from
receiver.
now. It'll be
On
on.
for the first time with Dion Lewis.
It says
They
real
see
cold
right
out
through
there.
that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Jones, and incomplete. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses
better get
for
it.
guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things. Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And taken right at the 35. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Out comes Andy Dalton and company. Dalton, of course, grew up in Texas, played his college ball at TCU, and now his home is back in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex with these Cowboys.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the
All right, y'all. We out
bottom
here with this
line.
busted
May not have
offensive
been
line.
earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Dalton
Counting
and the
on Zeke
Cowboys
to
now
lead
with
us
a
through.
1st and 10 at the 40. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. The numbers for Zeke from last week.
Game, 15 carries, 63 yards.
And a touchdown.
And they
Not the
love
greatest
what they got in
stats.
him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on him.
And his throw here's
I
going to be
forgot that
incomplete.
I don't have all
I gotta
4 tight ends
apologize,
right
I just
now.
realized
So that's
for
an
about the
offensive
last 4 or
lineman that was
5
in that
plays, I'm
spot.
eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper?
While I
mean,
play
this
my
is
franchise
unusual.
mode, this is when I
You
often
run
try to
really
find
tight
new
ship.
plays and
What's going on here?
find
Just
new
like that
ways to
incomplete
move the
pass, I'm gonna
ball.
try to tighten things up here for this next play. To throw here, Dalton. Cooper's got him. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
This is
Give
something
him
I actually
22
have to
there
start
on the
doing is
3rd down
finding ways to
conversion.
get Cooper the ball
So
early in
Amari
games.
Cooper out of Northwestern High School in
Get him
Miami
hot.
making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process,
As long
when
as
he
my
came out of
team isn't
Alabama
what I want
and
with
was
Prescott
inquiring about
and my
him
2
and his
tackles, I have to
skills,
take advantage
they
of
say it
every
all began back in
asset
Miami.
I
He really
have.
became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. On 2nd down now.
Nice block from
Elliott.
70.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And this is caught. It's Cooper.
Cooper
And he
was trying to
can't
get in
quite
for
get
6.
there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. First
The
and goal
whole
at
middle
the
is
1.
wide open.
Now Elliott, and he will
He
take
got
it
in.
for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead. One of the keys to
As
their
it
long
stands
winning
right
streak
now, I
has
got a
been
couple
scoring
players
first,
that's in
an
the
ideal
final
drive right there, getting
years
the
of the
first 6 points in the
contract.
ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive
Even though we're having
coordinator
a
and what he
good
told us?
season, I'm
Absolutely.
thinking
With
about just
some
go ahead
teams,
and put
I
them on the
script to
trade block.
probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And this carries into the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10 to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Ew.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard. And he gets it down to the 32.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Dion Lewis.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Holding offense.
Oh, come on. Come on, man.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
What in the hell?
He's got a first down and more.
Caught us slipping in the 4-4.
Finally taken down at the 15. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run with Lewis. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones. This will be caught just inside the 10. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice
Got a little bit of pressure up the front right there. I like that.
Defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops.
Ain't no point even trying to bring that one out.
Touchdown that situation, right? Made him kick the field goal.
One thing I really got to start doing is figuring out how to throw the deep ball. Okay, let me ask you, what makes you think that? Let's start there. My reasons for Brady losing are many, but I want to hear why you think Tampa Bay will win.
Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored,
and that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him.
That was a
before
piss
he
poor throw,
reaches the
but I'll take it.
27. A big connection on that one. 48 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years.
Trenton, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. The first game, Green Bay went to Tampa Bay and absolutely smashed them up.
So
The
now
defense
the big play has
is
him
what
all the
killed
way
Brady.
inside the 30 now,
Not
1st
only
and 10.
Are they going up to Green Bay this time? It's cold.
The excellent play last
I
time
already
was
think it's
followed
going to
by
be a
much
little
more
bit wet.
routine gain of 3.
That right hand that Brady throws with, cold and wet, yeah, he might be a little used to it. Mike Evans isn't. Scotty Miller isn't. Yeah, he'll have Gronk, but Gronk is going to have to try to stay in and help block, which means Cameron Brate will be mostly
3
out on
yards that
routes.
last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
The Green Bay offense is going to go out there and put up points. Tampa Bay is going to have to try to find a way to keep up with their offense. That's why I'm taking Green Bay.
3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think Green Bay is going to make them absolutely have to stop trying to run the ball. Ladies and gentlemen, my dog is in the house. Brandon the Barber.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the
No
big
matter
play
what
to
I
start
ever
the
try
drive.
to
Not much sense.
talk about, I always try to sound intelligent. I always try to have a sound reason
Here's
why.
Dalton.
I'm sorry, no matter how I slice
And
it,
he's
I
able
just
to
don't
hook up
see
with
Tampa
Michael
Bay
Gallup.
winning this game.
And he gets it
It's not a
inside the
hope,
10 to the 9.
but it's just what it is.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I think Buffalo has the defensive capability to slow Kansas City down. That's the main reason why I think they'll win. The reason why I think they won't win is because if you stop Kansas City, how do you maintain the ball? They don't have a running game. I look at Buffalo and I think they need a mauler. They need one of those Mark Ingram, Marshawn Lynch types. Somebody who can pound on you for 3 or 4 yards and eventually break a big one. They need a whole lot of thunder to go with their lightning of Devin Singletary and Zach Moss. That's just how I see it. If Buffalo had a above average or even basically an average running game, I'd pick them easily. But when you have that quick score, screen passes all over the place, offensive Andy Reid, you're opening yourself up constantly. You're showing this. He's seeing that. You know, it's always something with Andy Reid. I believe he's the greatest innovative offense that I got to see.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. New York set to
One
take
hell of
the
an
field.
offensive
Their
coach.
drive last time it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And yeah, I know Mahomes has a toe injury. That's not going to stop him from taking those shots. Tyreek Hill, if you double him, is going to leave a spot open for Robinson. And then I'm talking about Robinson before I mention Kelsey. And then the second fastest player on the team, Hardman. Have you been watching him? They are developing Hardman. And I don't really think anybody's really paying attention. Well, I know a few people are. But I mean, like, really. If you go back and watch 2 or 3 of their last games, their route combinations, Hardman is getting open. Maybe not as quick as Hill, but pretty soon, every game they play is going to be like, damn. If they stay healthy, offensive line, receivers, I believe next season they're going to break the NFL record for points scored and average points per game.
I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Jones throwing complete here to Tate. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Trenton, oh, never mind. You already told me you're in college. I was going to ask you a question, but you're not old enough to answer it. No disrespect. It's just flat out, it is what it is.
Great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. And
Oh.
nice play, even though it was complete.
I'm really loving this rookie number 96. He's playing phenomenal.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd down.
Now Jones.
Give me your cornbread.
Heavy rush, and down he goes. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This is taken.
Jeremy, you still with me?
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, you know, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, people are going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. We'll see how they defend him going forward. He's going to find Gallup here complete. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Three receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Ugh, I don't like that throw at all.
The intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
The 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should
I don't run this play at all.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really
it's something I have to start looking
he's
into.
been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this.
He might have got that in.
I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
After review of the play,
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made.
No protection on the right-hand side.
Start over.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And that one came close to hitting the big scoreboard up there as the fair catch is made inside the 20-yard line. Dion Lewis getting set to go again here with his guys on offense. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
I don't think he got that
first.
Get him
the ball in some space in some different ways here.
When you run a screen pass really well, you gotta like the look of it because so many parts come together to make.
Trenton, tell me about your thoughts on this game. Buffalo and Kansas City.
Out there catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield.
And don't forget, the Bills already beat them once. I mean, the Chiefs beat them once this year.
As the clock shows
26-17
here in half number 1. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
35-yard line.
To throw again, Jones.
Cornbread.
He will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. This is Lewis. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game. But really, they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here it feels
Braden,
like
what's going on, man?
To set up the run
I'm having my franchise mode day today. Waiting on football.
However,
no doubt about it.
He'll find the rookie from Oklahoma, C.D. Lamb.
Yep, we got about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes till we get the first game kickoff. And I decided I was bored, so why not hop on?
He silenced those thoughts there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Flushed out right. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz.
Damn, I didn't want that.
The 30 down to the 25.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great day for football.
Timeout as they'll stop it with 14
no matter what I call, I need
seconds
something I can get out of bounds. Damn. I don't see Tampa Bay winning that game. It's cold. It's going to be nasty.
Now Dalton,
I think Green Bay will put up numbers just fine.
That's complete.
Damn. I don't think Tampa Bay is going to be as effective. Up in that cold, I don't think Mike Evans can handle it. I don't recall Mike Evans even being in a nasty game like this. No Antonio Brown. Gronk will probably be used in the blocking game because of what Green Bay can do with Preston and Zadarius Smith. You got that young man, Jair Alexander back there, along with the, I think, 2nd-year pro from Maryland, Darnell Savage. Tom Brady has his work cut out for him. I understand he's a very good quarterback. I cannot say the GOAT. I don't believe we could actually say anybody could be the GOAT. Because as you progress through different eras of football, and different era has, well, each era has its own special part to it. I mean, we had the 90s with Kelly, Aikman. Do you count Marino in the 90s? Or you count him in the 80s? You know, Montana, Young, Some people even said Neil O'Donnell. I can't say Neil O'Donnell. You know, and then you had the differences in technology, how we healed, and things like that. The new rules.
He'll take this to the
you know,
other side of midfield before going
I'll
out
put
of
Tom
bounds.
Brady in my
Good
personal
pickup
top
there,
5 or
22.
top 10.
CeeDee Lamb was my favorite
But
receiver in this year's
I would
draft,
never
and
be
it's
able to
still
say, oh,
hard for
he's
me
the
to
GOAT.
believe that he
Nah, I don't
drafted
think
to
we'll
the
ever be able to say
17th
that
pick
in
the first round. No one
in
took him
football.
before that, and Dallas, surprisingly, finds him available, takes him, and you see
Basketball,
why. Great
I
hands,
believe that
great
we
route
could
running. This guy is Mr.
use those
Excitement.
kind of analogies. Baseball, to a small degree. I need to really
First down
speak to
throw
somebody
coming for
about
Dalton.
baseball
He'll
who's
buy
very
some time
knowledgeable.
right.
I want to know
On the crossing
about this
route, he
Tommy
hits his man,
John
Amari
surgery
Cooper.
before I really
He'll
comment on
have it in the
baseball.
red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Hey, Fournette has been putting up numbers. He's shown a toughness that I don't think we got to see from him in Jacksonville. And that could have been because he was always on a bad team.
Throws a nice pass for a first down.
Braden, how can I say this?
So from the 17
I'm not
now,
supposed to
here's the
have
first and
energy
10.
drinks because I have a
They'll
small
run with Elliott, and he's heating up
issue
at
I
the line of
deal with when I
scrimmage.
drink
Might have
them.
gotten a yard down to the 16.
I have to be up at 1:30 tomorrow morning, but I am watching that game. I have an energy drink in my refrigerator right now. I'm gonna have to drink about 4 bottles of water after I have the energy drink within about an hour and a half to get my system to flush it. But I'm drinking that energy drink because I'm staying up for that game.
This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. Dalton here from the gun.
Woo, I like that.
That is caught.
When I
It's
got
Cooper
protection
for the
and I
catch
can
for a
sit there with
touchdown.
Dalton, it's a great thing.
Amari Cooper, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
All the
Hey man,
receivers in the
thank you.
league are
Like I
plenty
said
good
earlier,
enough.
I
The
never
ones that
want to
would
be
make it in the
somebody who
NFL.
just says
But the ones
things.
that go to
Everything
the
I
Pro
say,
Bowl,
I want to
they have
be
refined route
intelligent
running
about.
ability.
And I don't want to bring my religious beliefs to the stream. But people who know me, that met me through the stream, like Jeremy, him and I share the same beliefs. And I know that you never claim a
Now after the
condition.
touchdown, it's Zerline.
So I
He'll
say
kick
that
it
I'm
away.
under attack. What I have to deal with at times is called rhabdomyolysis. I'll put it in the stream if you want me to. But sometimes when I have energy drinks, it does something to me. It's almost like sweating, and it starts to shut down my organs. So I have to be very careful when I do stuff like that.
I
But
can't wait to see
I'm
what they have
determined to stay up and
planned,
watch that game.
because some teams script to
Unless,
start
you
a
know,
half,
by 8
other teams just
o'clock,
go, okay,
it's almost
these are the
over.
sequence of
Like
plays we
Kansas
want
City
to
just
run. These
mops
things worked
them.
well for us, and sometimes they throw in that
I
big
will
cheat
never ever
code
count
right
Kansas
away.
City out. That's why I said,
Try and get after
you know,
them
Kansas City
early and
mops
try and create a big
Buffalo.
play to give themselves some
I
momentum.
learned that
See
when
what they have up their sleeve.
wasn't it Houston? They were up on Kansas City 24-0 in like the second quarter,
Now Jones.
and
Again. Catch made by
I'll never
Slayton.
forget. I think I was
And
with
from
my
the
wife,
25, they worked this
We
to
were
the
just coming
29, a
home,
gain of 4.
and I got
4
so
yards to
irritated
gain,
because the
and it'll
game was a
bring up a third
blowout.
down.
I was like, I'm going to Popeyes. So I traveled about 20-30 minutes from my
From the
house
gun,
to the
Jones.
closest Popeyes,
He's gonna air
and I
one
looked
out.
back, and this was in,
It's
what the hell?
Inside the 25.
This was in Popeyes. They had the
takes
game
this
on.
deep on the
Oh no,
Cowboys
Braden, I'm
side of the
in
field.
Maryland.
They're able to
And like
convert on
Kansas
third
City
down,
just
and
tied
that
the game
sets
up at
a first and
24.
goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure
And I was
how
like,
this
what the
drive's gonna
hell?
end, but how about the way they flip field position there?
And then I got back home within 8 minutes. Don't ask me how fast I was driving.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this
Yeah.
football game.
I'll never count Kansas City out.
Now Lewis.
Period.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty.
Damn it.
He's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point try good by Gano, and it makes the score 21-10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Now Pollard. A lane opens here. He's past the
Pollard
30.
looked like he already take that to the
And
house.
Starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Again, it's Elliott. He's got a first down and then some at midfield.
Zeke gone.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. His third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic.
What can you do with that offense?
Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Every time you look at what Tyreek Hill can do, route running wise.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it
Oh,
away.
no, Braden. This is when I really try to learn different things that I can do better.
Brought out, it's a touchback.
It's the Giants.
New York ready to go again offensively. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Oh, that's picked.
Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change.
Man, right now, that's
practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically get out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a hell of a question, and I want to give you an answer.
Go to Elliott again. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Miami has the capital to get him, although he says they're his second choice. If what I read this morning and heard was true. A lot of people are saying the Jets are his first choice. I don't understand why. But honest to God, after the news that I saw about Matthew Stafford, it's something in me that just keeps on saying Detroit. Kenny Galladay, DeAndre Swift,
and made a really nice play.
You know,
And Zerline's
the
kick
best
is
fit
good.
for him
And that will
may
stretch the lead
be,
up to 3 touchdowns now.
in
It's
my
a
opinion,
21-point game.
since you changed the question, Miami.
So the drive stalls out inside
Miami
the 15-yard
allows
line,
him
but they do
to
get
play
3.
within himself
Tough with enough
more
players nowadays, and when they have
because
these
he's
types
not
of
going to
kicks,
have to feel the
that no
pressure
one
of
says to their guy,
allowing
"Hey,
a
that's just
bunch
like
of
making an extra
points.
point, piece of cake."
Because Brian
that's really not a piece
Flores
of cake
has
anymore.
rebuilt the
But kicking a
defense,
field goal from that distance,
and they're
just give
looking
him
good.
confidence and let him knock it through.
I think it's the
Back on
offense
New
that
York
needs
gets
work,
set to take
and that's when
over.
he comes
And
in.
last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
With the weapons they have, Jakeem Grant, Devontae Parker,
Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Miami's the
Yeah,
best
this will be a
fit.
gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think it's going to happen.
Brandon, 5 yards on that.
Honestly,
Let's get back to
that
the
number
huddle and make sure
7
you're
overall
back.
pick,
You spend
with
time
them
with your
having
offensive line
what
and
I
give
feel is
them
an
credit.
above average
Hard to move
defense
those 300
when
plus
everybody's
pounders at the line of
healthy.
scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Ball on the 30.
Telling
They'll
you.
come up with a 2nd and 5.
I'm anticipating the NFL offseason so much right now.
Throwing Jones.
I thought last
Complete
year
this to Ingram is
was going to
tight
be
end.
the biggest
he'll be
and
taken
best
down,
NFL
but not
offseason
before they
last
work it
year.
across midfield.
But now that we have to deal with the
23
COVID
yards to pick up
protocols
there.
and all that, I'm looking at everything differently. But honestly, actually, Braden, I'm thinking about it. I'm not exactly sure how to go about it because I haven't researched it. I have a cousin that me and him were talking about trying to do it, but we've kind of fallen off. But at this point, I'm willing to try it by myself.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch in.
I just don't want to ever sound like a know-it-all because I get so annoyed when I hear one person. I'm not going to mention his name. All I'm going to say is he works for ESPN and he's a loudmouth that at times is very hypocritical. Because if you listen enough, he'll say one thing this month and say the opposite next month.
On 1st down. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But I believe the Giants got this back and they will hold on to the possession.
You know who I'm talking
But
about.
look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them.
I'll give you a hint.
Lost the football,
Bob A.
lost a lot
Barker.
of yardage.
Yes, that guy.
News outweighs it.
That
They
guy
maintained
right there.
possession. That was big for them.
I have a strong dislike for him.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Jones.
Cornbread.
He's going to go down again. Aldon Smith in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he'll be
Dakota
brought down
coming
right
through
around
with the light.
37. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense
I follow
has a
basketball,
touchdown.
but really, it's a moderate
Now
follow.
remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football
I'm very
League. There's a
upset
good
with the
example
NBA
of
right
why.
now.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping
And when I
the
say
run, not just
upset,
getting
I
after
mean
the
from the
quarterback,
standpoint
but the ball's
of
in the air. They treat it like they're
the
receivers,
entertainment
and they went after
value
that
isn't
one
there
and
for
took it
me
all away.
anymore.
Zerline good with a PAT.
When you constantly
and
let
that'll increase their lead to 28.
A player ruin a franchise
So
to
they'll
get what he
another shot
wants,
on offense following that pick 6. And now the
it's
kick is
just
away.
awful to me.
Fields it in
At
the
some
middle of the
point,
end
we
zone.
need
And he'll just take a seat in the drive when we get to the 25-yard line. The Giants
a
gonna take
moment
over again
of
on
just
offense.
one
We certainly
owner
had a sense coming
to
in here that
challenge
these
a
guys are in
player.
for a tough one on the road. That
What up,
has been
Dakota?
how this ball game is played out. They
And I
trail
mean,
big
I
as
don't
we
want to hear like,
continue on now here in
I don't
this
want to
fourth
get
quarter.
nasty. I just want to hear somebody come out and say, listen, you
Jones
came to
and
my
the Giants now
organization.
with a
I
first
gave
and
you a
10
4-year deal,
at their
$150 million,
25-yard line.
and I intend for you to play out your contract.
Throwing after the interception. Jones.
You know, that's all I
That
want.
incompletion
Just
is not a
somebody
surprise
stand
with
up
the
to
way
these
that
guys.
This one is gone and the frustration, the
Now, if
body
you become a
language is
free
evident
agent,
everywhere. This team,
that's one
they've
thing.
really been put through the ringer
But
in this one.
I don't think I can
Incomplete
compete
pass leads to 2nd and
with
10
the
from
Lakers.
25.
James Harden just
Throwing
absolutely,
again. Jones.
he sounded like a little girl.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that.
I hate
one,
it.
and it's 3rd down.
I mean, I hate it with a
The
passion.
Giants on 3rd
I hated
down. Lacking
LeBron
much success,
joining
just 2
Chris
for 7
Bosh
to this point.
and
This is
Dwayne
3rd and
Wade.
10
I honestly did.
from the gun.
But
Jones.
I remembered that it was done
And he
through
took
free
the
agency.
contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
You know, I didn't like
Tell you what, partner,
Kevin
after the ice is
Durant
gone, he's
going
gonna
to
be a nice
Golden
long
State
soak in
either.
the hot tub after this one. He's been
That
under
was a
duress the
punk
entire
move.
game.
And once again,
I-
hit
if you
as he
can't
throws.
beat him, join
Fortunate
him.
That one wound up incomplete.
You were up 3-1. If you don't play defense, that's on you. That's on your coaching staff. You know, that's just bad.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Loyalty is
Ezekiel Elliott gets
a
ready
thing
to
of the
begin
past.
on offense as he shows. Boy, so another
I'll take more
interception,
losses
CD, and it
because
feels
I'm
like he's
playing with
starting to
Dallas
unravel a little bit.
And as you would
than
expect,
ever.
still a work in progress here
Before
in
I got
his
next
second
gen,
season.
I
He
played
has to
with
start
Dallas
ironing
and the
out some of these
Saints.
mistakes, though, because
Honestly.
now his
And
head
the
coach,
same
his
people
offensive
that
coaches,
beat me with
they have to
Dallas
evaluate
lost
whether
to me
you
with the
keep playing
Saints.
him and let him work through it,
I
or
think
you
I
start
was
thinking about
60
going to his
games
backup.
over
Good run
500
there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a
on last
2nd and
gen.
2.
And on next gen, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to throw the
keep
deep
it on the
ball.
ground.
I'm struggling to do a
Elliott.
lot of things.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the
And when I
1st down
brought the
marker.
issue of
Giants
me playing
33.
franchise
And
mode
5
on
yards
stream
the
came
play
up,
there as the drive
it
will
was met with
continue.
encouragement.
That's a carry they
And
have
that
to be
shocked me.
satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been
Jeremy,
satisfied with what he's given.
Brandon,
Whenever
I
they
think
needed
even
a big
Dakota,
run,
the
a
guys you
first
see
down,
here now, we're like,
he's
we'd
the guy
watch,
they've turned to.
we'd hang
It
out.
doesn't matter what the defense
Zoom.
thinks. They've got the
So
confidence
that's
to keep
another reason why it
handing
kind of
to him,
helps
keep
me.
picking up good yardage.
Because while I'm playing to
Yeah,
win,
give
I'm
him 4
finding different
yards
things
there.
I can
It'll be 2nd and
use.
6.
Brandon,
and I'm
I kinda
comfortable.
think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I
Not
know it
everybody
sounds
agrees
crazy,
with it.
but they practice
But
for
at the
this.
end of the
Back
day,
in
I could
training
care
camp,
less
they
what
knew
everybody
they'd
else
be in
says
situations
because
where
my
the
day
extra
ones
defenders in
like
the
it.
box coming after 'em, trying to keep
That's
them
just
from
how it
locking
is.
down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the
The way I
challenge.
look at it,
Just not a whole lot
this
of room to
is
operate
a
there
stream
on
that I
carry.
run.
No, not at
But I
all. They
want
did
this
a
to
really
be
nice job staying in their proper
a
places
community,
and not allowing any lanes
my
to open
own
up.
gaming family, if you will. That's how I need. That's how I want it to be.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when game they breathe a little easier on the side.
They're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the
I
runners.
kind of read
taking
something,
care
but
of
I
the
didn't really
ball.
pay attention
Because you gotta
to
tell
it.
your quarterback, hey, no
I'm
time to
getting
be
to a
hero. We're
point
not
now
gonna throw it
where
here.
I
Just
think
speed up
Shaq
that
is
clock.
very
If you have the
disrespectful,
ball, they can't score.
and I don't
Just
like
2
it.
minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has
Shaq
been
had a
one
very
sided
nice
affair.
career. I think it ended in a very poor way.
So the Cowboys
But
in
honest to
possession of the
goodness,
football
man,
here as
Shaq
we
is
get you
just-
reset. They've got it
he's
first
turned
and
into
goal
a
in game that
butthole.
appears to have already been decided.
And he thinks it's cute and
he will
funny,
get
and it's not.
into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
I know Shaq said something very negative to somebody else, but I don't think I've seen. I'm really thinking about. I don't think I've seen what you're talking about with Spider.
He will not attempt to return. New York set to take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Sets up the screen to Lewis. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Personal foul.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, Braden. We got an hour left before football. Come on back. I'll be here. I think I should be.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
He's going to let it fly.
Come on.
It's caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5.
Be safe out there, Braden. Keep your hands washed and sanitized.
41 yards.
God bless you,
the
too.
chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. The quick slant caught. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Golden Tate. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are in for 6. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And they will take a knee here. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, their strong September has carried over to October as they move.
Well, they asked for it. Came over our house like they ain't had no sense. I'm thinking about re-signing Chidobe, I mean. He had a good game last game. He is my number one corner. He's not asking for as much money. We've already re-signed Dak. Okay, we got him. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. You okay? What time Tater Bug coming? You talk to Mom? Alright, I'm back. Woo! I'm back. Alright. Let's get some scouting done. We got a pick in the first 4 rounds and then a 7. So at this point, I'm looking at guys I don't think we're going to keep. Putting Woods on the trade block. Jordan Lewis is going on the trade block. Since, you know, he just got a new contract, we're going to let Chidobe be a team captain. Put Crawford on the trade block. We'll get some money back. All right, our next game is against Kyler Murray. liking this guy. We're going to try to get this fullback. All right, Kyle and company on their way over. Let's welcome them as rudely as possible. Why do my fruit snack?
Tonight, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Cardinals coming out led by Kyler Murray, the offensive rookie of the year a season ago, and back for more here in year number 2.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny.
You know something? I might take Jalen Smith and move him.
He missed,
yeah.
Other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now on 2nd and 13, Murray. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
Murray's pass complete to Tommy Bohannon.
So a look here at the key inactives.
When we get those tackles back, it's on.
They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood what the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
If we can get to the left, doggone it, we couldn't get to the outside.
And now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
So here the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton. Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. That's the number 2. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Oh, yeah, Dakota, this is my franchise mode. They're starting it with everybody who's on IR. It's still on IR, so I don't have neither starting tackle or anything.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
Sacked for a 2nd time.
Again, and down he goes
my
again.
tackles.
Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
How was it?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He finds an opening past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call.
You see
He
how
just
bad
got
my
sacked
offensive
on the
line
previous
was?
play. He knows they're coming after
My
him
first
again.
possession left me very
All the
deflated.
guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked, and hit something big and get things going in the excitement
Safety.
area.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Fielded at the 33. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
The
Big
leverage.
guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when
Their
you see a running
defensive
back get
line
bunched
is
up in
beating
the
my
backfield,
offensive line
it's
in
usually because the
every
defensive
facet.
tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore
what I
down
got from John.
defenses. Those exact type of runs.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Pass complete to C.D. Lamb.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the Cardinals' 46-yard
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 12 on the year.
Everything you're looking for
And the
is right in the room on
Cowboys
the
will
dresser.
extend their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping
As you can see,
downfield. That
my
was something to
passing
see.
game,
Taking about 7
it
yards
ain't gonna be
deep.
wise
And
to
this will be a
use,
touchback, no return
but
from
Zeke
Isabella.
getting ready to loosen up, and that's what we're gonna
Football
ride.
going back over to Arizona now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 55 yards.
And partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A nice catch there by Christian Kirk. Had 709 yards and 3 touchdowns in the 2019 season. I expect those numbers to continue to climb. This is a guy who can play in the slot, play outside, but the number one thing about him, absolute explosiveness, especially after he catches the ball downfield. If you don't make the tackle right there, he's going to take it a long way.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. And this one caught by Max Williams.
Gotta take Green Bay.
5 yards.
I don't
Now
think
it's
Tampa
3rd
Bay is
and
going to be
5.
all that effective
The last
on
play of the
offense.
completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now Murray again.
Screen.
On the screen, this is Edmonds. Good gain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. After one, it's 9-0.
Kansas City. If Buffalo could maintain their offense with the running game, I would have to pick them. But they can't run the ball. We've already seen the matchup earlier this season, where Kansas City won by 9.
Straight for the sidelines.
And Kansas City rushed for 240 some odd yards in that game.
Crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Excuse me.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season.
Coming out with my power run.
They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Escaping the pressure
picked.
right. And he
That should have been
whips that one
picked.
incomplete there. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Passing, it's Dalton. And they will touch him down.
I had to go to Amari on that one.
First. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I don't care how
This
many
is a
times
play
we
I
say
haven't
it, I still
really
get a kick out of
used at
watching
all.
Quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame
Safety came
warm-up.
down.
But I always remember that when we go to
Ew.
practices, we see that after practice.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And they have the football and will take over.
Mostly,
at the
this is why you see me
24-yard
work the
line.
ball down the field a
Well,
certain
Brandon,
way.
this is a former first-round pick.
I'm
He's
not
been
really
a bit
good
of a
at throwing my
disappointment in his
deep
career
ball
until now,
yet.
But he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
After
First
the
pick of the
turnover,
season
here's
for
Murray.
Dalton.
Caught left side, Williams. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
First down.
Draw play, Edmonds. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Alden Smith there on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 30.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. From the gun, Murray going deep for Hopkins. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Cardinals. 41 yards. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out.
Levita.
Let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Man. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
What?
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
He made what?
To my wrong.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds.
Yeah, right.
The throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
I forgot to get a gallon of milk.
Throwing again, Dalton. And this one quickly to
just
layup.
Couldn't get away from that linebacker.
Down, getting this one up
Tried
to
like
about
hell.
the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw.
Turnstile gives up another sack.
Bring him down.
Hassan Reddick is eating us up.
His 2nd sack of the night. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 36, Dalton. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 18.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me?
When this ball's tipped and intercepted.
2nd pick.
Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing
It worked for me on the right-hand side of the field.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
Come on, guys.
Suddenly I'm getting
Coming from
nervous.
the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Yes, sir, Jeremy. 1st down.
After the incomplete pass,
We're throwing 2 picks already.
10.
First 2 of the season for us.
This is Elliott.
Right now, the
And
running
they'll
game
work
is the
this
only
down
thing
to the
keeping us
40-yard
afloat.
line.
Because I'm
Tackle
scared to
there.
drop back.
11 yards there.
Not scared,
1st
but you know what I
down.
mean.
We've seen him break off a big run.
Trying to use a
already
lot
in
of
this
play
game. For a
actions.
second, that would
Keep
look
them
like it
all
might
in
be
this.
another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Throwing, Dalton. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. Sliding out of the
Cooper,
pocket.
get open.
Sideline throw is
Ew.
caught. Amari Cooper. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage.
Please tell me it's a
right?
face mask and not a
There's little
hole.
chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Elliott runs through the contact. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
I'm waiting for it.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding
Best
it,
believe I'm
keeping
going
the
to
fight
watch
where
the
they
Senior
wanted to,
Bowl.
whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab.
Ah, we
And
should have won
finally,
for 2.
The haymaker to put that drive away.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some
Believe me,
frustration
Jeremy,
after
it's not
the
fun.
PAT miss.
Their defensive
Taking
line
about
is no
7
joke.
yards deep, and this will be a
Hassan Reddick is
touchback, no
eating me
return
up
from
on the right
Isabella.
side.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
The running
Murray
game
and
is
the
keeping
Cardinals
Murray
with
off
a
the field,
1st and
too.
10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds.
I think that was a
Flags
chop
come
block
as he
somewhere
gets
in there.
forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
They're calling a hole. I saw a chop block.
Come on, man.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. On 2nd and 15 now.
Cornbread.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And just not much a quarterback can do there.
I'm thinking I'm going to have to
Pressure
re-sign
was in
him,
his face
Jeremy.
almost instantaneously led to a very
Forget
quick
saving
sack.
the money.
After the sack,
Because
they'll
right now I
come
got
up
the
now
rookie
3rd
playing
and
right
long.
here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Oh, that's picked.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
I laughed at that all night
First down
last
carried
night.
by Elliott. And finally, down he goes.
If we-
as they work it inside
Well,
the
no.
10 to the
My
7.
bad. When
That
we
burst good
get
for
where we
20
want
on
to
a
go,
first down.
that is our
Last
first
one
shirt.
makes this a
And
100-yard
Jeremy,
night.
I'm sending you
I
your
love the way he's
shirt
hit the holes, he's
free.
been quick, he's been decisive, and he's
But
been a whole
yeah,
lot of fun to watch.
the whole quote was, he said, "Stop playing with me. Get on the floor." I'm sorry. That's the first shirt. Gotta be. Ugh, that's my fault. Answering the text from my son.
Are you serious, dog?
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy
Zeke said, "Don't play with me."
Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any
Oh my
offense
God.
at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, I'll be glad when he back home. I miss him already.
Murray now on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
I got to chase that soda with a bottle of water.
Taken in by his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Come on!
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Got an open man, it's Foster. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
He'll run it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Murray.
Oh, that's
Going
picked.
deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Going deep for Hopkins. And
He caught it?
Yard line, the catch is made. Wow, first.
Oh, I saw they were trying to get him last night. It's done deal.
Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing.
Ain't like I was
And if you're a
that
play
loud for
caller,
real.
You may go off your
Think.
sheet
Open
and
that
use some
door.
things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game.
She gonna get in the corner
Maybe that
today.
was one of them there that worked.
Oh man, I saw they just got Corey
Now a chance to
Kluber
make that
for
big
what?
play
1
early
year,
here.
11
It's 1st
million.
and goal just outside
If the
the
Yankees
5.
get some pitching and they stay healthy, it's over.
Throwing again, Murray. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys
At the end of the
get
season,
football
Dakota.
back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be
Yeah,
simple this time.
it's gonna be a
succinct. It
long
simply has
season.
not been their night.
No, I
Playing
think that
small
fumble's
ball.
kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt.
I wonder who else the
tried,
Yankees can get.
But nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. And keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes
Yeah, it's gonna be
you have to
alright.
play against the
We
run. How
undefeated
good a job
though.
he did there, crashing inside
Round and
to make
pound
that
and
tackle
trying to
for
take
a
advantage
loss.
of every turnover we can get.
Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Now this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Here we go with a player's spotlight, and we shine that spotlight on Andy Dalton. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
All right, let me try
No doubt
something
about
new.
it. This one was over a while ago.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
This is the first time you're ever going to see this. This is Lamb running the Wildcat.
Current 5-game win streak
Ah.
looking like it's going to go to 6.
Didn't
And
really
that
work
play
out.
is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Devondre Campbell, the one who fought his
Let's
way
try
in
it
there
one
to
more
make the
time.
play.
We're winning. I got to figure out how you give it
And this
to
play
Zeke.
a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Murray, one final try. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all...
Y'all give me 1 second. I gotta run out to my car and get my water because I don't have nothing in the house. But like I told y'all, I have to drink that bottle of water behind that Pepsi. Gotta be smart. Be right back. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Whew. Sorry about that. When we get thirsty, we grab the Nestle water. Like Master P say, the water, water. Alright. I ain't about to worry about chasing y'all. We could send him to division rival, but we're not getting nothing out of it this season. Miami for a fifth. No. No. For this, we might as well let him ride out the season with us. But we don't have a 5th round pick. We'll think about it. Doggone it, I ain't got my TV ready yet. Hold on, Jeremy. All right. Hold on one more second. We're almost ready. One more second. One more second. All right, now we're ready for the game. What you thinking about it, Jeremy? Should we go ahead and just trade Lewis for for a 5th round pick? Part of me wants to keep Lewis to the end of the season, just let him walk. We can't afford to re-sign everybody that wants a new deal. We got Lewis. I really want to think about keeping Smith. I'm going to put Smith on the trade block because I think we can get something for him. Money-wise, we got to remember Dak is going to be eating us up in a little bit. I'm trying to be as smart as possible with this. Putting him on the trade block. He's hurt. I'm thinking about putting Woods on the trade block as well. Oh no, because he's hurt. I can't. Put Sean Lee on the trade block too.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this carries into the end zone. They had no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they'll be led out by a man making a remarkable return to the football field It is Alex Smith.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Coming out blitzing.
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw
Big
it.
third
Gives you
down and 4
easier
right
passing
here.
lanes and easier coverages to
Look at
read.
how
And they
Zadarius
said
Smith is in the
balance will
middle.
be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Smith. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
That hurt. That hurt big time.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. On first down, this is Geis. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Steven Sims, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Out of the gun, Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
And I thought
There's
in
no
last
pressure
week's
on
game,
Brady in this
he
game
found
yet.
a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Oh, he's going to take a shot. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And
I do not like to
way
watch
down
the
to
football
the
team.
40-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Dalton. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
5 at the 35-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 34. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Tom Brady took him right down the field
Tony
in this
Pollard,
one.
his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2 and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
From the gun, here's Smith. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Smith. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Cowboys 7, Washington nothing.
To the air again, Smith. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. They'll run on first down. Gibson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Let me play, dog. Let me play.
So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, the plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
On second down, it's Gibson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on first down, then ran it on second down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important third down try?
This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
partner.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 15 of the year and second of the game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on first and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And that will be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
He'll find Gibson here complete. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
A 37-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
First down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Dalton, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another chance for Dalton. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Andy Dalton sacked. A loss of 12 yards.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you down. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. So here are the Cowboys to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting, as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 14.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Dalton hands off to Elliott. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Cooper's got it. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 28, 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
I don't know what to say.
Andy Dalton, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
At the 29-yard line.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 3rd down, it's Elliott. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
On 1st down, Elliott. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on 1st down. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 26. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Dalton throwing complete there to Cooper. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. So Dalton now. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. Yeah, the Cowboys are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out there?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone, 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. On first down, Smith to Gabriel, middle of the field. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, Smith. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
For a Washington. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On first and 10, Smith. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On second and 10, Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
And that is incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, they seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Again, Smith. That'll be caught at Steven Sims. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Throwing again is Smith. A throw taken in by Sims. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On first down, it's Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Oh, man.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout the...
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. A carry here for their big tight end. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really
another
made the
W
statement
for the
after the break.
bad
They pitched the
guys.
second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just...
Tennessee will give me a 3rd or 6th. Then next year.
I woke up at 6:30 this morning.
You know what? Touchdown. I don't want him.